Question number 11, Dilip Group and Emma. You should assume that today's date is 1st of December 2025. Your manager has had a meeting with Dilip, a new client, and a telephone conversation with her mother, Emma, a long-standing client. Okay, Dilip, a new client. अच्छा, okay. Background कुछ दिया हुआ है. Let's come to that later. Let's come to this first. की easy questions कौन से हैं इनमें से? The easier questions to do from these are these three only. Bottom three. Bottom three. Tax planning. Explain the ethical issues surrounding the tax planning scheme and set out the actions our firm should take. Exhibit 2 में है ये point. Tax planning. Emma has recently been approached by a firm of tax advisors who have offered her the chance to use her tax planning scheme. The scheme involves carrying out the tax The scheme involves carrying out series of complicated disposals in order to avoid paying the capital gains tax and inheritance tax on Emma's chargeable assets. Emma is very healthy and so intrigued by the idea of avoiding large capital tax liabilities, but would like our opinion on whether she should proceed with the scheme. There is no capital gains tax. माने देखो, सबसे पहली बात तो the term tax planning means using legal methods to so as to reduce taxes, and it is confined within the laws and thus is safe to do. When we come down, however, there's also a gray area of tax avoidance. Okay, however, there's also an gray area of tax avoidance in which in which tax avoidance is surely lawful, but there are various loopholes in the system which are exploited so as to gain undue advantage of the laws. Therefore, there are various complicated and unnecessary transactions are followed so that tax can be avoided. So therefore, in the current scenario also, we can see that scheme involves carrying out blah blah blah. ये पूरा का पूरा ये देखो कॉपी पेस्ट करेंगे ये वाला वर्ड सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है कॉम्प्लिकेटेड डिस्पोजल्स. So therefore, we must carry out our own procedures to see whether or not these complicated disposals are genuine मतलब tax planning transactions or are they part of the tax avoidance. ठीक है ना? ठीक है ना, ये अपन बोल देंगे. If they constitute to tax avoidance, then we should advise Emma that she should not follow such complicated disposals. If she still does not listen to us and she still carries on with the complicated disposal procedure, then we should resign as tax advisors and we should not inform the HMRC blah blah blah. वो वाला पॉइंट सारे के सारे बोल देंगे. देख लेते जरा ये 11th क्वेश्चन है, मुझे इतना पता है. ये 12th है. हाँ चलो करो 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 कर. ओह इधर ही है. यस वो लास्ट क्वेश्चन ही है राइट. हाँ. Ethical issues. It could be possible that Emma is a tax avoidance scheme rather than a tax planning. The series of complicated disposals would be a signpost of the tax avoidance schemes actions to take. We should investigate the scheme to determine whether it is tax planning or tax avoidance. If it is a tax avoidance scheme, we should ask if it has been notified to the HMRC. If the scheme is a tax avoidance scheme, then we should advise Emma to avoid it since taxpayers should not use aggressive or abusive schemes. If Emma refuses and decides to use the scheme, then we should resign from the engagement. We should inform HMRC about our resignation but should not give reasons for it. बराबर है. चलो आगे बढ़ते. 5 मार्क्स तो आ गए 50 में से. आगे sale of shares in BRB PLC by Emma. Prepare a file note explaining whether Emma should sell her shares in BRB PLC now or wait until after she returns to the UK on 1st of May 2026. In the current scenario, Exhibit 2, we can see that Emma is 74 years old and has always been domiciled in the country of Oman. She was a resident in the UK from 6th of April 2002 until she moved to Oman on 1st of February 2023. Emma will return to UK on 1st of May 2026 and resume UK residency. So therefore, we can say that मतलब वो temporary UK resident, non-UK resident rule apply, because she will be coming back to UK within 5 years, and she was a resident for 4 out of the previous 7 tax years. In the current scenario as well, we can see that Emma is going to sell 2% of her holding in BRB PLC, which she has owned as an investment since December 1st of December 2021. That means when she was a resident in the UK, slash before going to UK, she could sell the shares now, in which case she would realize a chargeable gain of 3,30,000. Alternatively, if she waits until she is back in the UK, she would be able to increase the selling price by 60,000. ठीक है। तो बेसिकली देखो, मैं पता है, एक मिनट, मुझे कैलकुलेशन कुछ नहीं देना ना, एक्सप्लेनेशन ही है, राइट? ठीक है, आई थिंक कैलकुलेशन थोड़े से देने पड़ेंगे मे बी, बट वी कैन से दैट इफ शी सेल्स द शेयर्स now, ठीक है, if she sells the shares now, then she would be selling the shares while she is outside the UK, ठीक है ना? She would realize a chargeable gain of only 3,30,000, and this would not be chargeable to her at this point of time. However, after making this disposal, she should not have returned to UK for 5 years. She should not have returned to UK for 5 years, but as we can see that she returned before, prior to 5 years, so she'll be a temporary non-UK resident and will be taxable when she lands in the UK. ठीक है ना? When she lands in the UK. So therefore, it will be much preferable if she waits until she's back in the UK. She would So that selling the shares would also give her a selling price of more than 60,000 basically. ठीक है ना? मतलब वो उसका सेलिंग प्राइस बढ़ सकता है, ऐसा, ठीक है ना? She plans to sell the shares now for low price. She believes this will mean that no UK, नहीं नहीं नहीं. So her belief is wrong कि भाई उसको कैपिटल गेन टैक्स आएगा ही नहीं, ये गलत है। कैपिटल गेन टैक्स आएगा बिकॉज वो लेट, मतलब वो क्या बोलते हैं, लेट आई है, या क्या बोलते हैं उसको, टेम्पररी नॉन यूके रेसिडेंस में आई है, इसके लिए, ठीक है ना? However, if it is a cash flow issue that she requires money slash cash right now itself, then she has no other option but to sell the shares, ऐसा. So basically उसका cash flow stuck हो जाएगा, that she will not be able to realize sales for the till the tax year 26-27, है ना? क्योंकि वो मतलब वो रिटर्न आ रही है May 26 को, ऐसा अपन बोल सकते हैं। एंड क्या मतलब, मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा भाई, और क्या कुछ है क्या सर? 5 साल का होल्डिंग वगैरह नहीं ना? नहीं, मेरे को तो लग नहीं रहा। ठीक है फिर, एईए आने के बाद मिल जाएगा ना? अभी करेगी तो एईए भी नहीं मिलेगा, इफ आई एम नॉट मिस्टेकन। चेक करते हैं एक बार। Client Emma, for the purposes of UK CGT, Emma is a temporary non-UK resident while she is living in Elman. This is because she is UK resident for at least 4 out of the 7 immediate immediate prior to the tax year 22-23, and on her return to UK, she will have been a resident for less than 5 years. Accordingly, if Emma sells the shares now, the chargeable gain of 3,30,000 will still be subject to UK CGT, albeit in the tax year 26-27, the tax year in which she returns to UK, as opposed to 25-26 in the tax year of sale. This will apply because Emma owned the shares on 1st of February 23, the date she left the UK, and will have disposed of while living in Elban. बराबर, Emma waits until she returned to UK, chargeable gain will increase from 6 to, हाँ बराबर है, by 60,000 sorry to 3,90,000. It will be subject to CG in the tax year 26-27. The tax year of disposal. Accordingly, the chargeable gain will be subject to CGT in the tax year 26-27, regardless of the date of sale, and therefore UK CGT at the rate of 20% will be due on 31st of, हाँ ओके, तो बेसिकली अगर हम लोग वेट करते हैं तो हम लोग को 31st of December 28 को भरना पड़ेगा. In order to maximize her post-tax proceeds, Emma should sell the shares after she has returned to UK. By doing so, should realize additional post-tax proceeds of 48,000. एक मिनट, ये उन्होंने कैसे निकाला है? अच्छा ओके ओके, मतलब 60,000 माइनस उन्होंने टैक्स किया है 20% का, तो उनको 48,000 आ गया. हाँ सॉरी, ये तो काफी फुद्दू था. पता नहीं, ये लास्ट के दो पता नहीं चीजों की जरूरत थी कि नहीं थी. आई थिंक वो बस आंसर बड़ा करने के लिए, क्योंकि वरना आंसर बहुत ही छोटा हो जाता है. इफ यू सी वी आर जस्ट, मतलब वो रिपीटिंग सेम थिंग्स अगेन एंड अगेन, ऐसा है ना. फाइन, आगे बढ़ सकते हैं क्या? आई थिंक नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन वैट को लेके है, सो लेट्स डू दैट. पोटेंशियल सेल्स बाय नकल लिमिटेड टू ओवरसीज कस्टमर्स. लेट्स सी, इधर उन्होंने क्या दिया हुआ है. ये तो हो गया ना, एग्जिबिट 2. नाइस. अभी सिर्फ एग्जिबिट 1 ही देखना है. नाइस नाइस नाइस. एग्जिबिट 1 बहुत बड़ा नहीं, एक ही पेज का है पूरा एग्जिबिट 1. नाइस. Oh, let's see. Knuckle has identified a number of potential overseas customers and expects to begin selling its products to them in 2026. At the moment, all of the Knuckle supplies are standard rate for the purposes of VAT. Okay. अगर potential overseas customers है तो they're exempt क्या? नहीं, they're zero rated. हाँ हाँ, they are zero rated if I'm not wrong. Entertaining them is fine. एंटरटेनिंग के लिए उसको एक्सपेंस मिल जाएगा, लेकिन फॉर वैट पर्पसेस इट इज जीरो रेटेड. लेट्स चेक. सेल्स, यस थैंक गॉड भाई. जीरो रेटेड. द एक्सपोर्ट्स विल नॉट अफेक्ट नकल लिमिटेड एबिलिटी टू रिक्लेम इनपुट वैट एज ऑल सेल्स विल बी टैक्स. ये मैं जो फालतू में लाइन दी हुई है, ठीक है ना. द सेल्स टू कस्टमर्स आउटसाइड द यूके आर जीरो रेटेड. एक्चुअली फालतू में नहीं, मैं ये बोलूंगा कि ये हमें वो एडिशनल 10 मार्क्स के लिए दी हुई है. वो जो हमारे 10 मार्क्स का था प्रोफेशनल, उसके लिए एक्सपर्ट्स विल नॉट अफेक्ट नकल लिमिटेड एबिलिटी टू रिक्लेम एनी इनपुट वैट एज ऑल सेल्स विल बी टैक्सेबल सेल्स. ठीक है. हमने 15 मार्क का पेपर दे दिया है. नाउ कम्स द रियल चैलेंज फॉर द बिग क्वेश्चंस. ठीक है ना.